The program that I'm participating in is relatively easy to get in. You can just go to their website, fill out the registration form, and then almost certainly you will get a confirmation letter. Gokulam is like a very nice retirement place. Build a nice house here, spend their last days in a very calm and relaxed city. Especially for me as like this fragile Dutch wimpy kid that is not like at all prepared to deal with the little bit harsher lifestyle here in India. They don't say India is not for beginners for nothing. Okay, so maybe it's nice to give a tiny bit of context on this entire adventure here in Mysore, because also when I was looking for information on this, it was very nice to hear a little bit from people's experiences on participating in these shalas here in Mysore and what comes to it and what you kind of the level that you need to be at or what you can expect, all those kinds of things. Basically there's two. If you want to study with somebody that's like a descendant of or family of Patabi Joyce, the founder of the Ashtanga Yoga system, then it's his daughter and granddaughter, which is Saraswati and Sharmila, the ones that I've been practicing with this month. And it's a little bit more smaller, laid back, like small scale groups. Just in that shala there, which is not made for very large groups, but Sharat, the grandson, he is really taking over the big enterprise, basically, of running like massive courses with people from all over the world, like 300 to 400 people at the same time coming to Mysore, right? And having this huge gym where all these people together can practice, and that's an entirely different program. So the program that I'm participating in is relatively easy to get in. You can just go to their website, fill out the registration form, and then almost certainly you will get a confirmation letter. It's basically that they just need that information for the police to register everything correctly. And they also have like know a little bit what to expect starting from each month with a new group, how many people that they are gonna have to host. But it's certain that you get in. You just need to start it in time. And the large classes that are run in the convention hall from Sharat, they are really hard to get into. I started to register for that one initially. So I was initially wanting to do that official program because I was not aware that Saraswati was also doing smaller scale stuff. So then there is like announcements through the website, and basically all the teachers that are trained by him and certified by Sharat, they get a notification that the registration window is opening, or the dates for the registration window. And then you really need to be super in time, kind of like if you want to have the highest likelihood of getting in, you really need to, within the first hour of it opening up, or a half hour even, make sure that you are registering and have all that information ready on hand, so that, because the servers are a bit crappy and they cannot really handle that much traffic, so a lot of stuff can go wrong. And it's the best that you really prepare, having all that information with you as well as possible. And I made the mistake there that I made a miscalculation with the time zones. So when I registered, I was actually already too late because I was not in that first hour of registering, and then it didn't work out. So it was quite a disappointment then. But then my teacher said, like, there's also this opportunity to do it with Saraswati. And actually that worked out much better for me because there was much more flexibility in choosing my own time of coming. So the program of Sharat is really for a certain period that you can register for, and you need to get selected for it, and then you can come and practice. With Saraswati, you can just pick your own month. It's like, I think month is kind of preferred that you go. Real minimum is 2 weeks, and then you just book your own ticket and you go. And for me, like I said, that was much easier because I could easily combine it with other trips or plan it into a moment that was a bit more convenient for me to combine with work, instead of having to adjust my work schedule around a fixed month that I had to go with the Sharat program. Then you cannot really choose. It's just that month you need to be there, or else you lose your chance. I think that's pretty much it for what people need to know in order to come here and have some of that amazing Mysore magic. So that's it. My first adventure here in Mysore, KPJ Shala. And what an adventure it was. Very nice. I'll take you a little part of the tradition after the class. Everybody goes for coconuts. Take the coconuts and eat a coconut. Usually it's a bit better weather though. Hi.
Today was the last. Tomorrow you are leaving.
Yeah, it's my last thing. So this is a very entrepreneurial coconut dealer. The coconut dealer. Yeah, he knows how to market his coconuts very well.
Yeah. I almost
That's more
drink 3 every day. 4 sometimes.
But it's amazing because it's very. Thank you. It's super nutritious, right? There's like a lot of salts and rehydration and all kinds of good stuff. All kinds of good stuff. Where's the light? There. Okay, now let's enjoy this coconut. their entire house, and they have the chalet inside. It's actually quite a huge building. It goes quite deep. This is really a very fancy neighborhood. Apparently Gokulam is like a very nice retirement place. So a lot of people, they just build a nice house here, spend their last days in a very calm and relaxed city. It's so chill here. And also this neighborhood in particular, it's really pretty houses. So, as you witnessed, we just had chanting classes. So, those were chanting lessons. Got a few shots from that, like to experience, which is also part of the program that you pay for. Every Tuesday, Friday, 10 o'clock in the morning, after practice, there is some chanting lessons. And a special thing about Sanskrit is, of course, it being an ancient language, that it really takes much more into account all the ancient knowledge of frequencies and sound vibrations and what that does to our body. And these sounds that are part of this language, they really can help you tune in to a specific energy signature in a way. So get in touch with something metaphysical, energetically, different kind of state. And by chanting, doing these mantras, these shoklas, these sutras, it does get you in a very trance-like state. You're just staring you're just staring at the piece of paper, and you repeat after him, so you don't have to think too much. And you can just perfectly kind of like get into this zone of occupying your mind enough to focus and not let your thoughts distract you, like drift off. So it helps to really tune into a specific frequency and get that trance mode. And it's really nice. But that's it for what I wanted to cover on that. It was really nice, like you also improved quite a lot over the month. And a few other experiences that I just quickly wanted to touch upon as a reflection on my time here in Mysore and the full month of Ashtanga practice, is that it was actually physically a bit easier than in the Netherlands because of the climate. You sweat much more. And also it feels like your muscles and everything, your joints get much suppler, and it's just basically easier to get into specific asanas, which was actually kind of like a big meevallig, I don't know the word in English. I thought it would be much harder that way, but what was making the whole thing extra challenging is basically all the external circumstances that you're having to deal with in a new country like this, where especially for me as like this fragile Dutch wimpy kid that is not like at all prepared to deal with the little bit harsher lifestyle here in India. They don't say India is not for beginners for nothing. And it's really that really is the case. Like, just to kind of summarize, in the beginning, the first week, it was all the stomach complaints because of the food and the water that you kind of like need to get adjusted to. And then there was also a lot of mosquito bites that kind of were distracting a lot during practice. Then that second day after, all the assistance, which was excellent, like the people that are helping out and assisting during the asanas to get you, like, push you really to your max and to really open up all your joints. That's probably the most valuable part of practicing here. But as a consequence, of course, all these joints opening up, you're basically breaking it a little bit in order for it to open. So that needs to restore, which gets you into quite some muscle ache that you have to deal with. So there were parts also that I was like barely able to walk normal anymore around the second week. Then the third week I got a cold, and that really affects your ability to breathe properly with the Ujjana breath, like the special kind of breathing that is necessary to Ashtanga yoga. And if you're like, your nose is full of yuck the whole time and you need to like constantly blow it and cannot breathe normally because of it, that also really messes up your thing. And that's because the climate here is changing. So they're shifting from summer warm months to monsoon, and that had an effect on me, resulting in a cold. And then the last week of the month I had this huge sunburns because I spent the weekend on the back of a motorbike with forgetting my sunscreen, which got like really significantly burned my upper legs and parts of my underarms and neck. And that just that also, like a few days ago, really affected what you're able to do, of course, in the poses. But I didn't want to not go. Like, it's too valuable to miss any kind of moment here. So you just push yourself to go. And it's really those external circumstances that actually made practicing here more challenging than I expected, and not necessarily the physical part of it. But like I said, the assistance was excellent. Like, you really get the best yoga teachers from all over the world. They come here to practice, and also like in their practice they are training to become teachers or next level certifications, and for that they need to help you. So you really get that kind of excellent professional help, and then you're surrounded by all these people from all over the world that are very committed to the practice. So they're super talented and they really know what to do and how to do it. So that's really inspiring and really helping you to push yourself also further. Like, you don't want to slag behind the group. And then of course the energetic signature of the place, actually. So this shala where all these masters have practiced all over the years, that really has an impact on the location as well. Like, it stays within the building, in the floor where you practice, in the walls. Like, everything just bursts from this grand feeling of teaching or of practicing in a very special place. And that's just because of all these years, all these decades, all these centuries of practice that has been happening here. Right. Probably I forgot a few things, but these are the main points that I at least wanted to share about why I really recommend, if you're into Ashtanga and serious about committing to the practice, why I really recommend to coming here at least once. Like, I also don't know if I'm going to come back every year. We'll see. And I can't make any promises because they never stick to them anyway. But to have at least experienced this once, it's really worth it, and I highly recommend it. That's it for now. Let's maybe say hi to my friends over here from the little shop next to the shala. Wanted to quickly say hi. I'm leaving tomorrow.
Happy journey.
It was really nice. I finished my month here. Yeah.
Okay. Next time you are coming?
Who knows? Next time. Join the Yours to Source email course today. Subscribe to my mailing list and ensure you never miss a step on this journey of spiritual growth. Your path to aligning with Source and discovering how it wants to express itself through you begins here.